I put it right here.
Right, and there's not going to be any interference or anything, right?
Shouldn't be.
Okay.
I don't think we would have an issue. I'm actually tempted to do this because then it's pointing to.
You know what? I'm going to move that cup of water. Just,
You think it'll be a problem if it's right here?
I don't. I'm sure they want this there for someone. Sorry, I'm just always preparing for the worst.
I know.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. Dana, there you go. Hello, can everyone hear me? Welcome. We're going to get started in 1 minute. I'm going to ask, we have some seats up top still for guests because the people will be processing in here through the aisle. We also have overflow seating in the War Memorial. So I'm going to ask everyone on this side to either go to the War Memorial or see if there's seating upstairs.
Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to historic Newton City Hall and War Memorial. My name is Drew Willison. I am the city clerk and the clerk of the council. Today is a huge day in the history of our city. We are here to swear in a new mayor, 24 new and newly re-elected council members, and 8 newly elected and re-elected members of the school committee. I'd like to welcome all of our special guests who are here with us today and many dignitaries who will be arriving shortly and will be introduced by name later on in the program. But to start today, I'd like to offer a special greeting to the family, friends, and loved ones of all of our newly elected officials. As someone who has spent my entire adult life around elected officials, I know very well the special challenges that families face as loved ones work hard in the public eye to make our community a better place to live. So today is also a day for us to celebrate you. Welcome and thank you. To begin, I am pleased to announce the arrival of the councilors-elect for the City of Newton. Please rise. Please be seated. As we begin our inaugural exercises for the day, I'd like to thank the Newton South Jazz Ensemble for providing our music this afternoon, both here and in the hallways. I'd also like to thank the Suzuki School of Music, Bridget Ahn, Gianna Chung, Theo Karen, who is Mayor-elect Laredo's nephew, Arnie Rosenthal, Skander Sassi, Rowan Wallace, Ila Yuzagulu, and then the faculty, Amy Tai, Sanyi Lin, Joy Grimes, and Sashiko Ishihara. As it is my goal and intention to surrender this gavel as fast as possible today, particularly to people who have actually earned it, the first thing we must do today is elect a temporary presiding officer. Do I have a nomination to select a temporary presiding officer?
Mr. Clerk, I'd like to nominate Councilor Baker-elect as our presiding officer.
Councilor-elect Oliver has nominated Councilor Baker. Is there a second?
I'd like to second that.
Councilor Kalis has seconded the nomination. Are there any other nominations?
I move to close nominations.
There's been a motion to close nominations by Councilor Grossman. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? I believe that Councilor Baker has been elected temporary presiding officer. Please, sir.
Good morning, or rather good afternoon, and Happy New Year, everyone. And while those of you who are watching these proceedings are the most important part of it, you may be interested to know that the chamber in which you sit was modeled after Independence Hall in Philadelphia, and the grounds around City Hall were designed by the Olmsted architectural firm. But first, let me begin by thanking Drew Wilson, Cassidy Flynn, Katie Holden, Daniel Delaney, Lisa Pinnell, and Miles Starkey, all who are part of the staff of the clerk's office who work with us all the time, as well as Hattie Kerman Derrick, and others from the mayor's office for helping organize all these inaugural proceedings. Again, I'm Councilor-elect Lyle Baker, and as the senior member of the council in length of service, and I believe also in age, I'm honored to welcome you to this important event and try and explain a little of what will happen today. First, I want to acknowledge my wife, Sally, who has loyally attended Newton inaugurations for over 40 years. Now, lest you think this is a solemn business, I want to point out that she reminded me this morning that we arrived for one inauguration where I bent down to say goodbye to my children and split my trousers straight up the back. So that required an emergency trip home and back, and thank goodness the Newton police weren't on duty, and so today I'm wearing a different suit. We're also joined by a number of former elected officials, and I can't see everybody here, and the mayor is going to introduce a number of people to you, but I did want to acknowledge, I think I saw former school committee chair Matt Hills is here, and I think I also saw former Councilor John Rice and former Councilor Cheryl Lappin, who are here, and if I miss other people, we'll try and make sure you get recognized in the process as we go forward. And finally, we're joined today in person by all of you and those who are watching on New TV, and you are really the most important people here because you are the people we serve, and it's a privilege to be here in this company today. Now, those of you who have a program can follow along, but those of you who are watching at home may not have one, and let me explain our purpose. Our purpose is to ensure an orderly transfer of power from outgoing officials to newly elected ones, and each newly elected official is sworn into office. And for some members of the council and school committee, this is their first time. For me, it is my 22nd, and it remains remarkable as it marks a peaceful change of government. something we must always prize as foundational to our democracy, even at the local level. Later in the ceremony, there will be an election of council leadership, which in turn, in the case of the City Council, will follow a process that may seem unusual. It is designed to ensure that our leadership, the President, Vice President, and President Emeritus, each has the support of the majority of the councils they will serve. And to accomplish that, we will elect them in what is called a committee of the whole, chaired by then Mayor Laredo, because he will be duly sworn at that point. And if, and only if, candidates receive an absolute majority of 13 votes, do they then formalize that result in the full council. I should also point out that the President Emeritus is a role held by someone who served as president in the past, and the rules of the council provide that his only function is to do whatever the president directs. So this is all very important because the council, under our city charter, says, except as otherwise provided by law or the charter, all powers of the city shall be vested in the city council. And this book here is an example, it's all online now, of our city charter and ordinances that we try and administer and take care of. But before we go forward, however, I would like to ask us to stand for a moment of silence, however, in honor of the memory of our former mayor, Seti Warren. Thank you. Now, with that background, I would ask the clerk to call the roll of the city councilors-elect. And you know there are 24 of us, and so there's going to be some time spent, but I hope that you all will bear with us. And I will ask the clerk now to call the roll.
Councillor Albright.
Present.
Councillor Baker.
Present.
Councillor Bixby.
Present.
Councillor Block.
Present.
Councillor Charm.
Present.
Councillor Damabud.
Present.
Councillor Farrell.
Present.
Councillor Getz.
Present.
Councillor Golden.
Present.
Councillor Gordon. Councillor Greenberg.
Present.
Councillor Grossman.
Present.
Councillor Irish.
Present.
Councillor Kalis.
Present.
Councillor Kelly.
Present.
Councillor Krinsman.
Present.
Councillor Leary.
Present.
Councillor Lucas.
Present.
Councillor Maliki.
Present.
Councillor Mickley.
Present.
Councillor Roach.
Present.
Councillor Silber.
Present.
Councillor Wright.
Present.
President-elect Oliver. Mr. Presiding Officer, there are 24 councilors present and 0 councilors absent.
Thank you very much. I'd now like to ask a delegation of our colleagues to escort members-elect of the school committee. Could Councilors Albright and Kelly undertake that role? Now, just say a word a little bit more about how our government is organized while they bring our colleagues in. We have 24 councilors, 1 councilor elected from each of the 8 wards, and 2 councilors elected from each of the wards at large. So that is, I think, one of the larger city councils in the Commonwealth, but in my experience, we divide our labor and it works pretty well. Anyway, I think we're going to be joined shortly by our school committee colleagues-elect. Thank you very much, colleagues. So as soon as they get seated, Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll of the members of the school committee elect?
School committee member-elect Proya. Committee-elect Bardwaj. Committee-elect Schlesinger. Committee-elect Peerdelou. Committee-elect Swain. Committee-elect Olszewski. Committee-elect Green. Committee-elect Lee. Mr. Presiding Officer, there are 5 school committee members present and 3 absent.
Thank you very much. Now, I'd like to invite a special committee of the councilors-elect and school committee-elect to escort the mayor and his honored guests. This would be Councilor-elects Leary and Kalis and school committee member-elect Olszewski. Would you all please be the escort delegation for the mayor and his guests? Thank you. I've got to do a little more. Okay. Rabbi Robinson? We'd like to ask Rabbi Robinson to offer an invocation.
Ribono Shel Olam, source of all life, we gather today at this time of transition with gratitude for our outgoing Mayor Ruth Ann Fuller and all of the leaders who have brought us to this moment. May they find blessings in their new chapters. And for our incoming mayor, Mark Laredo, we offer our blessings and our hopes. Mark, one of my most vivid memories of you is from our Temple Emmanuel trip to Israel, climbing Masada with your children, positively Pied Pipering our group up that mountain. May you bring that spirit to our city, lifting us all up to scale the mountains of our local challenges with the same grace and grit and good humor. You bring to our city a unique gift. You have led both of the august bodies being inaugurated today, the school committee and the city council. May that create a foundation for you to deeply understand and to empathize with their holy work, bringing them together towards shared purpose on behalf of every citizen of our fair city. You love this city. May that love lift you and lead you as you lift and lead us. And God, we pray for our incoming school committee and city councilors. Grant our new and returning members wisdom and vision to navigate these challenging times, creating an oasis of hope for all who call Newton home. May you each be blessed with the spirit of civility, open-heartedness, and commitment to your sacred service, so that under your leadership, Newton will continue to thrive. Finally, God, in times of division, unite us. In darkness, make us bearers of light. May our leaders listen with empathy and act with courage, so that together we can write Newton's next chapter with purpose, positivity, and hope. And for this we say, Amen.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. I would now like to ask the Scouts and the Honor Guard to post the colors, and the Scouts to lead the assembly in the Pledge of Allegiance after they arrive, and to remain standing for the national anthem at that point, but remain seated until we get all that underway. Can you come on in now, the Honor Guard? Flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, a nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. And the national anthem will be led by James Yee of Mount Alvernia Academy, a sixth grader. James? James with us? Where? Is he here? Where is he? Ah, James. Can you come up? James Yee.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, we can all go home. No. But thank you so much. That was wonderful. And I just now ask the honor guard to retire the colors. Thank you so much. These are our wonderful first responders, and we are very grateful to them for their service at all times. Now I'd like to invite the mayor-elect to the podium to introduce his honored guests.
Good morning, and thank you, President Emeritus Baker. I'm going to start with our governor, Maura Healey, who is going to be offering remarks in just a moment. We have Chief Justice Kimberly Budd, whom we'll hear from soon thereafter, District Attorney Marian Ryan, Sheriff Peter Katusian, State Senate Majority Leader Cindy Cream, State Representatives John Lawn, Amy Sangiello, and Greg Schwartz, and former State Representative Kay Khan. We are honored that you have chosen to be with us today. Thank you for your service to the citizens of Newton, Massachusetts, and the residents of Newton, and for being with us today. And now, on behalf of the City of Newton, it's my honor to welcome the Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Maura Healey. Governor.
Well, good afternoon. Happy New Year, everyone. I have to say, so you saw me. I'm over there in that little cubby hole. But it gave me an incredible vantage point to take in this afternoon's really important and affirming ceremony. And I just wanted to acknowledge that at the outset, that your presence here today, each and every one of you, those who serve, those who are taking the oath, and those who are in attendance as residents and fans of the great city of Newton, Everybody who's here, you're doing something really important, and you're doing something that is important for our civil society, that's important for Newton, frankly, that's important for the state and this country. So thank you for making your way through the early morning snow. Shout out to DPW and all the teams here for that, and making your way here. And I also want to just commend at the outset the wonderful young people who already have gotten us off to a great start. The Boy Scouts, of course, and young James, who, what a voice. We got to have you come sing at the State House sometime. That's something. To Mayor Laredo, the First Lady, your entire family, congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations to members of the City Council and School Committee who are being sworn in today. Thank you for the opportunity to be here, for inviting me to share this milestone for you and for this great city that means so much to our state. It's an honor to be here today alongside Chief Justice Budd, District Attorney Ryan, Sheriff Katujan, Senator Cream, Representatives Lawn, Sangiolo, Schwartz, Vitolo, and of course our beloved Kay Khan. Thank you to all the public servants who are here today as well, who do the critical work of local government, members of the fire and police departments, and all first responders, our teachers and school leaders, our librarians, our public works, parks, and transportation folks, our administration, technology folks, all of you, and those I haven't named. Thank you for what you do day in and day out. Special thanks to our veterans and our military families who make possible all the freedoms we enjoy today. It's truly an honor to be here in Newton this afternoon on this, the first day of the 250th year of our great country, America's founding in 1776. Massachusetts, to be clear, is where it all began, so it's of particular poignancy this morning that we gather. This is where American democracy was born. And when you think about the birth of American democracy, it really starts with local government. It was the people from towns and cities across what became Massachusetts who volunteered to defend their communities, who stepped up in the American Revolution. And we have been celebrating that legacy across Massachusetts over the last year. The events will continue and will ramp up even more as we build towards the greatest July 4th American fireworks spectacular that we've ever seen. I know a lot has changed since 1776, of course, but the important thing is that the fundamentals, the values have stayed the same. In cities and towns of our great state, people work hard, they look out for one another, they care for one another, they care about their kids and their schools, their seniors, their communities. There's appropriate disagreement. That's what it means to live in a democracy. But the idea is, the intent is, everybody is working towards a common good. Whether that's in a volunteer role, in a public service profession, or in elected office, it's why local community is so essential to our democracy and to our way of life. It's the community, people coming together to make decisions, to provide services that people depend on and need. That's the essence of local government. And frankly, that's the reason that people believe in government in all of its forms. So I just want to say thank you for all of you who are willing to serve in elected office, those of you who are willing to volunteer for boards and commissions, to family members who say goodbye to their loved ones at supper time as they go off to different meetings or lose them on the weekends to different city necessities. It's all so important, and we honor that. It is truly a government of the people, by the people, and always for the people. Now, there are a few places that do it better or with more passion than Newton, right? I talk about healthy disagreement, democracy, right? It's a passion that I think about when I think about this great city. And this city represents so much of what makes Massachusetts special. A diverse city that's proud of its history, a city that leads with innovation, a city of learning, colleges and universities. And Massachusetts is home to the first school and the first university and the first library. Hospitals, health centers are here, our parks, our library, our houses of worship are here, home to not just one, but 2 great high schools, a city that's passionate about education, to say the very least. In all seriousness, people debate school issues and other issues because people in this community care. People care. And that is so, so important. And this is fundamentally a strength to be proud of and for others across this great state to emulate. I want you to know, as a state, or at least I can speak on my behalf, as an administration, our administration working in conjunction with the legislature, we value Newton as a partner, as a true partner. And together we invest in this community with confidence because we know the results that we've seen. We're investing in schools, we're investing in roads and bridges, culvert replacements even, to replace things that we need to prevent flooding. We're investing in the commuter rail, including a rebuilt station in Newtonville. That's pretty good. We're investing in housing. We're investing in housing, the #1 issue facing Americans all across this country. We want to build more housing to bring down costs for residents and families across our state. And I just want to recognize Newton for embracing both the need and the opportunity that exists with transit-oriented housing and housing generally in terms of building vibrancy in a community. There's a reason that when we signed our historic Affordable Homes Act in August of 2024, it was with 2 Life Communities at the Golden Mirror House in Newton. We chose that location in honor of this great city and what it represents. A city that knows what it means to be in a home and to have a home. Now today we gather to celebrate an election of a mayor who's committed to building on the great legacy here in Newton. Mayor Laredo, of course, he's a fellow alum of the Massachusetts Attorney General's office, so I have particular fondness for what he brings to this endeavor, and I know how well-grounded he is in public service. As a former school committee member, as a parent, he knows what our students need. As a 2-time council president, I also know that you know how to build consensus. The people of the city have put their confidence in you, Mr. Mayor, in what is a critical moment. And I know that your priorities for strong economic growth, for education, for housing, for the arts, are really well suited to the moment that we're in. And I want you to know, Mr. Mayor, that you have a partner in me and our administration. Because just as America began with those who serve in our local communities, our future will be built by those who serve in local communities here and across this great state. I also want us all to enter 2026 with optimism and with hope. It is a challenging time for our state, for our nation, for your households. I understand that. But I also know that Massachusetts is a pretty special place. And what we do today is special. And I know, just as we did 250 years ago, there's a lot working together, working united, we can work through and get through. And I am ever, ever confident in the people of this great state. So on behalf of our administration and the Commonwealth, thank you to all who serve. Congratulations once again to Mayor Laredo and all who serve this great city of Newton. I wish you the very, very best in the year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Governor, for those inspiring remarks, and we are grateful for your presence. It honors all of us here today. It is now my great privilege to welcome to the podium the Chief Justice of the Commonwealth of the Supreme Judicial Court, Kimberly Budd, and the Mayor-elect, Mark Laredo, so that the oath of office and the peaceful transfer of power can occur. Please.
Okay, Mr. Laredo, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, please raise your right hand. And after I say aye, you just say your name, okay?
I, Mark C. Laredo,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
and will support the Constitution thereof.
and will support the Constitution thereof.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I
I, Mark C. Laredo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all the duties incumbent on me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as Mayor of the City of Newton,
as Mayor of the City of Newton,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
according to the best of my abilities and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution
and the laws of the Commonwealth.
and the laws of the Commonwealth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I
I, Mark C. Laredo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Congratulations, Mr.
Thank
Mayor.
you, Justice. Thank you all. We're gonna invite Justice Budd to give us-
Thank you so much. That is really such an important moment, and we're very grateful to you, Chief Justice, for taking the time to come and join us here today. It is now my great privilege to hand over the podium to the mayor, who is now the mayor, no longer the mayor-elect, and he can fulfill some of those duties he just agreed to take on. So thank you.
All right, so now the real work begins. It's my honor to invite Chief Justice Budd to say a few words. Chief Justice?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As a longtime Newton resident, it's such an honor for me to join you here today for this inauguration ceremony. Congratulations on your election, Mayor Laredo, and thank you for your many, many years of service to the City of Newton. Congratulations as well to all the members of the City Council and School Committee who are being sworn in today. And thank you to everyone who's helped to make this event possible. On this occasion, as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States, the founding of the United States, as Governor Healy remarked, it's worth remembering that the roots of American independence and democracy can be traced in part to the New England tradition of local self-government. Town government gave ordinary people the experience of liberty and democracy in action. And that experience, in turn, emboldened them to believe that the right of self-government should be extended to the entire country. In a 2023 Supreme Judicial Court opinion, we quoted John Adams' observation that town assemblies gave the inhabitants the habit of discussing, of deliberating, and of judging public affairs for themselves. And thus, it was in these assemblies of towns that the sentiments of people were formed, and their resolutions were taken from the beginning to the end of the disputes with Great Britain. We also noted that Alexis de Tocqueville later made a similar point in Democracy of America. He wrote that town meetings are to liberty what primary schools are to science. They bring it within the people's reach. They teach men how to use and how to enjoy it. So as you embark on the enterprise of governing Newton, please bear in mind the historic significance of what you're doing. You're not only making decisions about our schools, our zoning, our roads, and other public amenities, you are carrying on the great tradition of local government and local self-government that helped to forge the foundation of our nation. The quality of the democratic process by which you govern, that is, the extent to which you ensure that everyone's views are fairly heard and considered, is just as important as the quality of the decisions that you make. And if you carry out that role faithfully, then your example can help to re-inspire belief in the power and the importance of self-government, just as our local governments did 2.5 centuries ago. Thank you.
All right, now it's my pleasure to administer the oath of office to the school committee members and the city councilors in attendance. Will the school committee members and the city councilors please rise? So when I say the word I, please say I and then your name. This occurs 3 times. When asked to discharge the duties incumbent upon you, when I say as a, please add in either your title of city councilor or school committee member. So please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and will support the Constitution thereof. So help me God. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as a of the City of Newton, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and the laws of this Commonwealth. So help me God. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. Congratulations to my new city councilors, my new school committee members. I have just a sense that we have a lot of proud family members and friends here, and that is absolutely wonderful. Mr. Clerk.
Counselors, we are going to call you up by ward, so 3 at a time to sign the oath book. From Ward 1, Counselors Oliver, Leary, and Greenberg.
We're just taking a moment, folks, so that everybody can sign the names in the official roster of elected officials. And this could take a little bit of time. We only have 24 city councilors, so
From Ward 2, Counselors Lucas, Albright, and Mickley. From Ward 3, Counselors Wright, Kelly, and Malachy. From Ward 4, Councilors Damabed, Krinsman, and Block. Your name is on the left-hand column at the top.
Okay.
So everyone else is.
Great.
From Ward 5, Councilors Getz, Charm, and Irish. From Ward 6, Councilors Gordon, Roach, and Bixby. From Ward 7, Councilors Golden, Grossman, and Baker. From Ward 8, Councilors Kalis, Silber, and Farrell. We now invite the members of the school committee to come sign the oath book.
I'm a little worried there, Committee Member Proya.
And finally, we welcome Mayor Mark Laredo to sign the oath book.
I'm going to invite Reverend Deborah Hafner and Reverend Joel Miller from the First Unitarian Universalist Society of Newton to the rostrum to offer a prayer for our city and our country. Come on up, please.
Please join us in prayer, each in the way our own tradition calls you to pray. Spirit of wisdom, spirit of justice, spirit of compassion, we are here today in gratitude for our city and for that which brings us to these inaugural moments. We give thanks for these neighbors, all of those called to public service and the common good.
Spirit of wisdom, let us remember the power and promise of democracy. When the people and those elected work together with compassion and respect, and when our nation and city work separately from our faiths, our city and our nation will thrive. To serve the public good, let us listen well and never speak with words that hate. May our service rise above partisan concerns and personal needs, and may all be worthy officers of the public trust.
Spirit of justice, let us remember that leadership is not about the will of those in power, that leadership is stewardship. Leaders of a strong city and a strong nation seek to understand, value science, and always speak the truth. May these leaders today be courageous in word and deed and always put the needs of the people first.
Spirit of compassion, let us remember all that we serve. This includes our children and our elders, our families and our workers, our longtime residents and our newly arrived neighbors, our refugees and our immigrants. Let us celebrate rather than denigrate our diversity of cultures, of faiths, beliefs, and dreams. Help us show people the power in mutual respect and the dignity of disagreeing without demeaning.
Let us pray for our nation and for this community. In these times of division and uncertainty, may we remember that fairness, liberty, and belonging for all have made and will make our nation great. Guide us towards a future not led by fear and cruelty, but by care and love for one another, and an unwavering commitment to equality and the truth. May we transform our community with love.
May this moment of inauguration be more than just ceremony. May it renew our collective commitment to the well-being of our city and our country, to the promise of democratic life, and to the ongoing work of justice and peace. With gratitude and with resolve, we offer these prayers. Please join us in saying, Amen.
Happy New Year. And welcome to City Hall. A special thank you to Governor Healy and Chief Justice Budd for your leadership of two different branches of our state government, and also for your really poignant words this morning about the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence this year and the importance that local government has in everything we do, because really the essence of our democracy starts right here in this chamber, across the hall, at the school committee building, when we do this important work. So thank you, Governor. Thank you, Chief Justice, for reminding us of how important that is. This has been an incredible journey, and I want to start by saying a few moments of thanks. First, my family. In our small, rather noisy house on Bellevue Street, my Jewish immigrant parents, one having left Nazi Germany as a teenager, and the other a concentration camp survivor from Czechoslovakia, raised me, my younger brother Dan, and my younger sister Debbie. Despite financial and health challenges, they instilled in us the values of hard work, education, and a profound respect for democratic values and service to our community. I like to think that they're looking down on the three of us today, our spouses, our children and their spouses, and their new great-granddaughter with pride and joy. I've been married to my wife, Roberta, for 41 years. Don't worry, that was just a little intentional. And I'm incredibly grateful for her love and support. Together, we have built a loving home with 3 healthy, happy children, Josh, Matt, and Emma. And now our daughter-in-law, Joanna Yellen, our soon-to-be daughter-in-law, Sarah Schwartz, and our beautiful granddaughter, Dahlia. And our family extends to my brother and sister-in-law, Stuart, Karen, and Jody Wenger, their 3 children, Holden, Asa, and Theo, plus my mother-in-law, Thelma Karen, and Joanna's parents, Charlie Yellen and Barbara Newman. To our friends, our neighbors, our Ward School and Temple Emmanuel communities, professional colleagues, and the many people who have helped me get to this day, I am so grateful for your support. I want to thank my predecessors in this office, starting with the late mayors Mann, Concannon, and Warren, who recently was taken from us far too soon, and our 2 former mayors who are still with us, Mayor Cohen and Mayor Fuller. Each of them brought individual strengths to the office and all worked tirelessly to make Newton a better city. I especially want to thank Mayor Fuller, who cares deeply about the city and leaves a strong legacy. I pledge to work as hard as she did in leading our city forward. We have many members of the administration with us today, including most of my executive team and many department heads, along with other city staff. We have a terrific team of city employees. Thank you for the work that you have done and will continue to do day in and day out for the residents of this city. This day belongs to all 3 branches of our government. Congratulations to my city council colleagues and school committee members, and especially the many new members of each body. I look forward to working with each of you to make Newton the best possible place it can be. Finally, thank you to the residents of this great city who have placed your trust in me and all your elected officials. You are our employers, and we will always remember that we work for you. Now, my administration will have 3 overarching goals: provide an excellent education for all our children, deliver outstanding city services, and build community. First, education. Our responsibility is to prepare our children for success as adults, a mastery of basic and more complex skills, a resiliency to face life's challenges, and the ability to be lifelong learners. To do that, we must promote academic excellence and challenging coursework, offer outstanding extracurricular activities, and ensure that every child, and I mean every child, feels welcome, safe, and secure in an inclusive school environment. My administration will work tirelessly with the City Council and the school committee and Superintendent Nolan to support our educators and provide our schools with the financial resources needed to achieve these goals. Second, outstanding city services. To be effective, local government must first deliver basic services in a dependable and efficient manner. Guarantee that our police officers and firefighters, with the support of our dispatchers, will be there in time of need. Pave our streets and make our sidewalks safe, and clear them after the snow falls. Ensure that trash and recycling is picked up on time. Promote safe, multimodal transportation while also keeping traffic moving. Combat and become more resilient to the impacts of climate change, and keep our parks, city trees, and athletic fields well maintained. As we said in my law firm, some of our best results are the ones you've never heard of, and that is true with our basic city services. If we do our jobs well, you may often take success for granted. But providing basic services is not enough. We will constantly be finding ways to do even better. It means listening to and working with existing and new businesses to make Newton a welcome and inviting place. It means using technology to make us more efficient and data to drive decision making. It means being transparent with every decision we make and engaging with and listening to our residents before we make decisions. It means prioritizing sustainability and resiliency in everything we do. It means growing our city by responsibly adding new housing while building on what makes Newton such a special place. It means breathing even more life into our arts, culture, and in community events, including partnering with our nonprofits and community groups to help bring us all together. And it means maintaining a responsible and sustainable financial strategy for the city so that our residents know that their tax dollars are well spent and we are responsibly planning for Newton's future. And then there's community. As I knocked on doors throughout the city, it was clear to me that people love living here. And I agree. That's why Newton has been my home for most of my life. At a time of great turmoil in other parts of our country, with loud, angry voices and a fundamental lack of respect for the rule of law, disregard for democratic values, and intolerance of others, Newton must be different. Let me say it again. Newton must be different. Together, we will ensure that regardless of your race, religion, ethnicity, national origin, socioeconomic status, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, disability, age, or whom you choose to love, you will feel safe, supported, and welcome here in Newton. Together, we will support an inclusive community where every resident, no matter who they are, where they come from, or how long they have lived here, has a real voice in our city and a real stake in our future. Together, we will build on our shared values and promote community throughout each of our 13 villages. So how are we going to get this work done? Here are 3 guiding principles. A team approach, excellent customer service, and a dedication to listening, trying new and creative approaches to governance, and to owning and learning from our mistakes. First, leading the city is a team effort, and we have assembled a talented team. Chief Operating Officer Josh Morse, Chief Community Services Officer John Rice, and Chief of Staff Dana Hanson are all new to their roles, but veterans of city government. Along with the returning Executive Office staff, Chief Financial Officer Maureen Lemieux, Communications Director Ellen Ishkanian, Director of Community Engagement and Inclusion Hattie Kerwin-Derrick, Citizens Assistance Officer Amalia Timbers, and Executive Aide Jacqueline Norton, we will collectively strive to be the most responsive, inclusive, and engaging administration Newton has ever experienced by listening broadly, acting fairly, and serving all. But let me also be clear. As President Harry Truman bluntly reminded us, the buck stops here. Our successes will be the result of our collective efforts. Any failures will be with me and me alone. Second, we will have a customer service mentality throughout city government, both as we provide outstanding services to our residents and as our departments support one another internally. It starts with the basics. Residents and businesses should find it easy to contact the appropriate person at City Hall and then expect prompt, courteous responses as we try to solve your problems. We will be partners to help everyone navigate processes and make things happen. This also includes completely revamping our city's website to make it far more user-friendly. We must also do a better job within City Hall to build the infrastructure that in turn will enable us to better serve our residents. Therefore, throughout the city departments, we will assist one another internally with greatly enhanced information technology, support, and training for employees. I am very fortunate to be able to lead such a great team of city employees. And I'm excited to provide them with the tools and resources they need to flourish. Third, from day one and throughout the next 4 years, we will be out in the community talking to residents and business owners and listening to their concerns. New ideas will be encouraged and supported with the expectation that each idea will identify a challenge or opportunity for improvement, have a well thought out implementation plan, and use data to measure success or failure. We will strive to keep our mistakes small, but we will own and learn from them when they inevitably happen. So how can you all help? 65 years ago, John F. Kennedy famously said in his inaugural address, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." And today I am echoing his profound words and inviting everyone in the city to reflect not only on what Newton can do for you, but what you can do for Newton. We face a crisis of loneliness in this nation. Our children spend far too much time on their screens, and adults report an increased sense of isolation. This insularity also contributes to an unhealthy dialogue when we are faced with difficult community decisions. But it does not have to be this way. Here in Newton, we can help break that cycle, creating a happier, healthier community. Newton will flourish, and we will build a stronger community together where every resident feels seen, heard, and valued. And we can roll up our sleeves and do this work together. Many of you are already engaged in important community work, serving on the city's boards and commissions, neighborhood area councils, and local neighborhood associations, helping nonprofits like the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, Historic Newton, Understanding Our Differences, Green Newton, the Newton Conservators, Welcome Home, Family Access, Cradles to Crayons, the Newton Food Pantry and Center Street Food Pantry, Spark Newton, and so many more. Supporting churches, synagogues, and events such as Lunar New Year, Pride flag raising, Juneteenth, and Diwali celebrations, and leading organizations that help our youth like Little League, Newton Youth Soccer, Newton Girls Soccer, Bluefish, and Scouts. But there is so much more to do. I believe in Newton, and I believe in the power of the people, all the people in this city, to work collectively, collaboratively, and inclusively to build on our past successes and to have an even brighter future. Our administration will lead this effort. Whether you have lived here for generations or arrived more recently, whether you are young or old, a renter or a homeowner, a parent of school-aged children or an older adult, Newton belongs to all of us. Together, we will ensure that no one feels marginalized. Together, we will ensure that everyone can fully participate in our community life. Together, we will lend a hand to one another. Together, we'll have opportunities for pleasure, joy, and yes, fun. Together, we will create a stronger, more vibrant Newton. My fellow Newtonians, I am honored and humbled to be your next mayor. Thank you. Thank you. Now it's time to get to work with the city council and the school committee. So it's time to organize the city council for its work this term. The first action is to accept the rules and orders of the council. Is there a motion to accept the rules and orders for the 2026-2027 council?
So moved.
So moved by Councilor Malachy. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Block. The motion has been seconded by Councilor Block. We're going to do this in a voice vote. All those in favor of accepting the rules and orders of the city council will say aye. Anyone in opposition? The ayes have it, and the rules are adopted. The next order of business is to elect the leadership of the city council. Is there a motion to go into the committee of a whole to conduct the elections of officers for the 2026-2027 city council?
So moved.
So moved by Councilor Getz. Is there a second?
So moved.
All right, seconded by Councilor Farrell. All those in favor of going into a committee of the whole will say aye. Opposed, say nay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. All right, so the first order of business, councilors, or I should say my former colleagues, is to accept nominations for president of the city council. Are there any nominations for president?
I nominate my friend and colleague from Ward 1, the gentleman John Oliver.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Is there a motion to close nominations?
Motion to close nominations.
Okay, a motion has been made by Councilor Silber to close nominations. All in favor will say aye. Opposed will say nay. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Nominations, any nays? Nominations are closed. Councilor Oliver has been nominated as president of the city council. All those in favor of Councilor Oliver as president of the city council will say aye. Anyone against will say no or nay. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any nays? All right, the ayes have it. Next, Councilor Oliver. Congratulations. It's now time to elect the vice president of the city council. Are there any nominations for vice president?
I move for my friend and colleague from Ward 8, David Kalis, to serve as the vice president of the city council.
Is there a second for that?
I second the nomination.
All right, it's been nominated and seconded. Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, is there a motion to close nominations?
I move to close the nominations.
Councilor Greenberg has moved to close nominations. All in favor of closing nominations, please say aye. If you're opposed, ayes have it. Are there any nays? All those in favor of Councilor Kalis being elected to serve as vice president, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, and you are officially the vice president of the council. Not officially, we're still in committee of the whole, so we're going to have to go through this all again. It's now time to select a president emeritus of the City Council. Are there any nominations for president emeritus?
I would like to nominate my longstanding colleague from Ward 7, Councilor Baker.
Thank you. Is there a second for that? All right. We have nominations and seconds for Councilor Baker to be the president emeritus. Is there a motion to close nominations?
I move to close nominations.
All right. All in favor of closing nominations, please say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All those in favor of Councilor Baker as president emeritus will please say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Congratulations, President Emeritus Baker. All right, I am now going to entertain a motion to go out of committee of the whole and report to the full council. Do I have a motion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to move out of committee of the whole.
Thank you. Is there a second for that motion?
Yes, I second the motion.
All right, the motion's been seconded. We are now back in the full council. Well, we're going to vote. All in favor of going back into the full council, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Councilor Oliver is president. Councilor Kalis is vice president. Councilor Baker is president emeritus. All in favor of those three individuals serving in their respective offices for the next term, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. We have our new leadership of the City Council. Congratulations to all three of you. And now it's my privilege to invite Councilor Oliver up to say a few words. I said he has to be less than 25 minutes. He assured me he would be. Councilor Oliver.
So, yeah, definitely less than 25 minutes. But I do want to start with a couple of thank yous first. Thank you to now President, I knew I was going to butcher that, Mayor Laredo. I think I speak on behalf of everyone in this room that we're really looking forward to working together with you to bring everything you just talked about to fruition. Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank my fellow councilors, not only for your support, but quite literally your vote in putting me up here at this podium. I do appreciate that, and I look forward to working with all of you throughout the course of this next term, as well as getting to know all 7 of our new councilors. Welcome. Speaking of our new councilors, I certainly hope that despite as much fun as I'm sure you all had for your, during your campaigns, that this first term actually exceeds that level of enjoyment, and I'm here to hopefully make that happen. I'd be remiss if I didn't also thank my wife, who is somewhere, I believe, in this room. I managed to finally talk her into coming down to City Hall to join us for one of these events. But to be perfectly honest, I think that a big part of that actually had to do with the governor joining us here today. But if you see Melissa out there, give her not only a little bit of thanks for all the sacrifices she makes, as well as all of our families do, but wish her all the best, because something tells me there's a little more work coming my way. And as the mayor just outlined, we have a lot of great work in front of us. I think we're all looking forward to getting into that work, to digging into it. And while some of these topics, some of the issues in front of us might seem smaller than some of the others, I'll just remind you that
the number one issue that everyone's been arguing about in this city. And I would have never believed this had someone told me several years ago that the number one topic was going to be the overnight parking ban. So it just goes to prove that, honestly, every issue that we deal with here in City Council is important. And it all shows up in how we all experience Newton. But as we just heard from Mayor Laredo, we've got a lot of work in front of us. I'm looking forward to tackling all of these issues, all of these topics. Whether we agree or disagree with the direction that is coming out of not only the mayor's office, sorry for that, but I think that's what you want from us. And I think it's going to be really important work, and I'm looking forward to it. I think I've said that a few times, probably say it a few more times throughout the course of the next term. And at the end of this coming term, all of the electeds in the room, all 33 of us, City Council, the mayor, school committee, we're certainly all going to be evaluated on the outcomes that we achieve. Did we improve Newton? And I'd also like to kind of point out that what we've heard not only from the mayor, but also our governor, what's also really important is how we do the work. And I'm just going to take one last minute and talk about this, because from my perspective, there are three things that we really have to pay attention to as a city council. Did we establish strong, productive, working relationships with all of the city departments, with the mayor's office, PTOs, special interest groups, the school committee, NPS? We have a big responsibility to make sure that all of those entities not only feel welcomed at our table, but to stand up and to tell us what we're doing, hopefully right from time to time, but definitely when we're doing something wrong. Did we make our process more approachable? Did more people get involved in the decisions that we're making? Did they feel comfortable showing up in this room, which many of you might be surprised to know is rarely this crowded? But hopefully we'll start drawing more people into the process because they feel more comfortable joining us and telling us what they think. Hopefully some of that feedback will be positive. Actually, I hope a lot of that feedback is positive. And finally, just a quick reminder, Newton is well known for being, bless you, a welcoming city. We have been, we are, and we will continue to be a welcoming city. I'm going to encourage the city council throughout this entire term to embrace that philosophy as we go through our work. I think that's a sentiment that's been echoed here several times today. I just want to add my voice to that. Thank you again for all of your support. Let's go have a fantastic term. Thank you. So now that I have retrieved my notes, y'all are in for a special treat because you get to witness not only the first full city council meeting of this term, but my first with a gavel, which I don't intend to use, but it's just fun to hang on to. All right, so we have 3 items, as I count them, that we need to go through on first call. Those items in order are number 5-26, the assignment of seats. Believe it or not, this is a very important step. Item number 6-26, the appointment of Stephen Curley as the city comptroller is recommended by the 2026-27 city council. Is Stephen here? I haven't seen you today. Okay.
he's still going to be appointed anyway, don't worry. And item 7-26, the appointment of Mr. Drew Willison as the city clerk of the council as recommended by the 2026-27 city council. Do I have any other business to attend to? Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to set 3 public hearings at our first meeting. Thank you. For January 6th, item number 13-26, item number 16-26, and item number 15-26, which are on pages 2 and 3 of our docket. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other business? Councilor Kalis. Vice President Kalis.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to set a public hearing for public facilities on January 7th. Docket item 1226. It's page 7 of our docket. Thank you.
Thank you. With no further items on the docket, can we please take a roll call?
Councilor Albright.
Aye.
Councilor Baker. Councilor Bixby.
Aye.
Councilor Block.
Aye.
Councilor Charm.
Aye.
Councilor Damabed.
Aye.
Councilor Farrell.
Aye.
Councilor Getz. Councilor Golden. Aye. Councilor Gordon.
Aye.
Councilor Greenberg.
Aye.
Aye.
Councilor Grossman.
Aye.
Councilor Irish.
Aye.
Councilor Kalis.
Aye.
Councilor Kelly.
Aye.
Thank you. Councilor Krinsman.
Aye.
Councilor Leary.
Aye.
Councilor Lucas.
Aye.
Councilor Maliki.
Aye.
Councilor Mickley.
Aye.
Councilor Roach.
Aye.
Councilor Silber.
Aye.
Councilor Wright.
Aye.
President Oliver.
Aye.
On this motion, the ayes are 24, the yeas are 0.
Fantastic, thank you. So this concludes our business of the council today. Just one other item here that I want to make sure everyone has a quick opportunity to vote on here is that we will be adjourning next as a city council on January 20th, 2026, 7:45 p.m. All those in favor, please say aye. Great, thank you. We're adjourned.
John, you're going to have to learn to bang that really hard. All right, so thank you to President Oliver, to the members of the City Council. I am going to miss serving on this body, although I can't say I'm going to miss some of the land use meetings that went on till 11 o'clock at night. But they were, of course, ably chaired by Councilor Kelly. But I will look forward truly to working very closely with all of you. It is very important that we work collaboratively, collegially, even when we disagree. And there will be inevitable disagreements, and that's fine. But it is very important that the lines of communication stay open always. So the next piece of business that we have today is the organization of the school committee. The school committee must elect a chair. Is there a nomination for chair of the school committee? Is there a second to that? All right. So member Alicia Peterloo has been nominated by school committee member and school committee members and vice school committee members. Are there any other nominations? All right. Move to close the nominations by member Proya. All in favor of closing the nominations, and we'll do this on a voice vote. Please say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All those in favor, nominations are closed. All those in favor of electing Alicia Peterloo as the president the chair of the school committee will say aye. Please say aye if you favor. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Member Peterloo is the next chair of the school committee. It's now time to elect. We now need to elect a vice chair of the school committee. Is there a nomination? All right, is there a second for that nomination? All right. There's been nominations of Jason Bourgeois for vice chair of the school committee. Is there a motion to close nominations? Move to close the nominations. All in favor of closing nominations, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Nominations are closed. All in favor of electing Jason Bourgeois as the next vice chair of the school committee, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. And now I'm going to invite you to come up and give a few remarks.
Thank you, Mayor Laredo. On behalf of the school committee, I want to thank everyone who's made this ceremony so meaningful, and I have to give a special call out to some really amazing Newton Public Schools musical talent. I want to acknowledge our incoming school committee chair, Alicia Peterloo, who's unable to be here in person. I collaborated with her on these comments. The key message we want to ring out today is that at a time of transition on the school committee, we want to renew a strong commitment to collaborations with our partners in city government. It's true that by some rough math, our cumulative tenure on the school committee today dropped by about fivefold. And yet, coming out of a very active campaign season, I can say that every one of our new members has spent hundreds of hours listening to constituents, very much in the spirit of local government that our governor mentioned. Collectively, we also bring deep lived experience as parents of children in the Newton Public Schools, spanning the full K-12 spectrum. 3 of the new members are Newton Public School graduates. Others of us bring perspectives from across the United States in public schools. With that rich context and with humility, we are setting ourselves a very high bar for getting up to speed quickly. And that urgency is particularly relevant in the pursuit of lower turbulence in this year's upcoming budget season. But first, a few comments on what we heard on the campaign trail. Newton Public Schools remain a wonderful school system. We have fabulous educators who work magic in their classrooms every day. Our kids do incredible things, winning awards across disciplines, from music, which we heard today, to state championship athletics, to robotics competition winners. We have broad support in our community for our energetic superintendent, Dr. Nolan, who is a transformative leader with a bold change agenda. We have also heard from educators, experienced educators, about important differences in their classrooms over a long arc of their career, about the noticeable lasting impacts from COVID, including some gaps on test scores we're still working to catch up on, the impacts of social media, how these and perhaps a tangle of other issues means that education is a little different today and has amplified the magnitude and prevalence of special educational needs. Back to budget. Watching last year's process closely, it was clear how essential it is to have alignment and connectivity between the school committee, the city council, and the mayor's office. The council's commitment to supporting our schools last year was extraordinary. And we hope to honor that support as the school committee with clear and timely communication, and by recognizing our colleagues' need to balance priorities across the whole city. We also want to be very candid about the budgetary challenges ahead. While last year's compromise avoided painful cuts, the nature of its solution means that we're going to start this cycle at a deficit. In that context, as numbers come together in the coming weeks, we'll focus on clarity and discipline. We'll clearly identify the drivers of cost growth. We'll seek efficiencies, and we'll frame some select key investments that unlock a vision, such as supporting a much-needed new math program rollout across a multi-year horizon to minimize and smooth the fiscal impact. We'll also enumerate important points of broader context. For example, that the growth rate of Newton Public Schools since COVID has been modestly lower than seen in comparable districts and has remained in line with the overall city budget. Perhaps most of all, we feel that we are very fortunate to be entering partnership with Mayor Laredo. It would be hard to craft, and we've heard this a few times today, but especially from the perspective of schools, a more relevant lived experience than having been a Newton student, a Newton Public Schools parent, a former school committee and chair as a foundation for productive collaboration in support of our schools. In closing, we enter this next chapter with humility, urgency, and optimism, and we look forward to working closely with our colleagues across city government in service of Newton students, families, and community. Thank you.
So the school committee has finished its business for today. Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn, all in favor, please say aye. All right, opposed? No one's opposed to that one. Ayes have it. I'm going to invite James Ye to come back up and to lead us in singing America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
When I hear singing like that, I know all is well in the world and we have a wonderful future ahead of us. I'm going to call upon Reverend Dr. Eric Jackson, the pastor of Elliott Church, to offer a benediction.
So on behalf of the Elliott Church of Newton and I, we thank you so much for this opportunity to participate in a grand celebration of this new beginning for our mayor, elected officials, and most of all, we the people. And my duty today is to offer a closing prayer in the form of a benediction, a prayer for our elected officials. And our mayor today, Mr. Mayor, you spoke about a team approach. And in that spirit of a team approach, this is not just my moment, our elected moments, or my moment. This is our moment. So I'm going to invite you to extend a hand of blessing with your hand or your heart towards our mayor and our elected officials, and join me in this closing prayer and blessing. Let us pray. In the late words of the late Reverend Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays, president of Morehouse College, "Oh Lord, he once prayed, I only have a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, I can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give an account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. And today, that minute belongs to this city. It belongs to a mayor ready to lead with vision and resolve. It belongs to a community ready to show up, contribute, and build together. What we do now matters, O Lord, because progress happens when leadership and people move in the same direction. So loving God, guide us to use this minute wisely. Because if we use this minute wisely with wisdom, then indeed this minute can have enough impact to last for a lifetime. And together we can shape a stronger, more hopeful, more loving, and beautiful Newton together. Amen.
Thank you for your attendance today. These inaugural exercises are now concluded. And I invite everyone in the War Memorial Auditorium down there for refreshments, and we are adjourned. Thank you and congratulations.